the cameras flashed, the crowd, like, completely froze, and just like that, Hollywood had a new obsession.
Honestly, you'd think it was the climax of a movie premiere, but we're talking about a tennis match here.
Exactly. Welcome to Starscope Report. Join us as we uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and, massive cultural spectacles like the one we're diving into today.
From red carpet surprises to, well, extremely high society sporting events, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
So today's deep dive is centered on a major headline. Prince William and Kate make surprise Wimbledon appearance with their children.
Right. And on the surface, you have this incredibly cinematic scene playing out at the All England Club. It's the 2026 men's singles final.
Yeah, and the tension down on center court is it's palpable. Italy's Jannik Sinner is locked in this brutal, exhausting battle against Germany's Alexander Zverev.
Oh, athletes are literally sweating through their shirts. I mean, they are actively pushing the absolute limits of human biology out there.
But just off the court, hovering right above all that action, inside the highly exclusive 74-seat royal box, there's an entirely different spectacle unfolding.
Yeah, Prince William, Kate Middleton, and their two eldest children, Prince George and Princess Charlotte, make this massive surprise appearance.
And while it looks like a wholesome family outing, we are actually watching a masterclass in high-stakes image management.
Oh, 100%. It's this wild collision point of rigid royal protocol, psychological conditioning, and Hollywood celebrity culture.
But okay, before we can analyze how the royals behaved in that box, we have to set the scene. We have to talk about the physical reality of the environment they were in.
The heat.
Yes, the heat. It was 29 degrees Celsius out there, so that's mid-80s Fahrenheit.
And the air was totally still.
Yeah.
The sun is just relentlessly beating down on them, radiating off the grass.
Right, so, most fans in the stands are drinking ice water, fanning themselves, wearing lightweight linens. But then you look at 12-year-old Prince George,
Sitting right in the front row.
sitting front and center, wearing a full dark blue wool suit
Buttoned up.
with a tie. It's just wild to me.
Yeah, he's perfectly matching his father, Prince William.
Yeah.
And Kate is in a sage green midi dress. Charlotte's in a royal blue sundress.
Which, that dress code is clearly not about comfort. It's almost like a medieval armor of etiquette.
That is actually a perfect way to look at it. The All England Club, they don't view their dress code as a polite suggestion.
Right, it's a rule.
It is a strict mandate from the chairman. The protocol demands smart dress. And for men and boys, that explicitly means suits, jackets, and ties.
No matter the weather.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There are no temperature clauses in this rule book. You are representing an institution, so the aesthetics of tradition completely override, the realities of the thermometer.
To me, it's like wearing a heavy winter parka on a summer beach just because an old sign tells you to. It crosses the line from looking smart to outright absurdity, don't you think?
Well, yeah, and you can only fight that kind of heat for so long before human biology forces a compromise.
Right.
And we actually saw the All England Club turn a blind eye to some of their own ironclad rules that afternoon.
Oh, really? Like what?
So on the Wimbledon website, there's an explicitly stated rule that ladies in the royal box are asked not to wear hats.
Which makes sense, I guess. You don't want someone wearing a massive sun hat and blocking, I don't know, an Oscar-winning actor's view of championship point.
Exactly.
No.
But the sun was so brutal that survival just took precedence. Both George and Charlotte were photographed wearing these Wimbledon-supplied sun hats, the ones with the green and purple bands.
Oh, I saw those pictures. And Kate had one too, right?
Yeah, she brought her own wide-brimmed sun hat. And observers even spotted the family heavily relying on these small, handheld electric fans just to keep the air moving over their faces.
Wow, just a future king melting in a wool suit holding a tiny electric fan. It's such a crazy image.
But here's the thing. The dress code and the hats, that's not even the most fascinating protocol at play here.
Wait, there's more?
Oh yeah, just the mere presence of a child in the royal box is historically a massive, massive point of contention.
Wait, really? Kids aren't allowed?
Typically, no. Children are banned entirely from those 74 dark green wicker chairs. Every single invitation comes directly from the chairman.
Huh.
And the logic is that these seats are sacred. They must be saved exclusively for worthy people who have actively contributed to tennis or to public service.
And a 12-year-old hasn't exactly contributed to tennis yet.
Precisely.
Hmm.
And to understand how fiercely they defend this rule, we have to rewind to 1999.
Oh, I was reading up on this part of the sources, and it's incredible how intense the politics of these seats can get.
Yeah, so Catherine, the Duchess of Kent, who was this beloved figure, she actually handed out the trophies. She tried to bring a friend's 12-year-old son into the box.
Just as a guest.
Yep. And the chairman at the time, John Curry, flat out turned the child away at the door.
See, that is insane to me. The chairman of a tennis club turned away the guest of a senior royal. That takes so much institutional confidence.
It sparked a huge royal rift. The Duchess was reportedly so deeply hurt, she considered boycotting the royal box entirely.
Wow.
The media had a field day, but Curry absolutely refused to apologize.
Yeah.
He released a statement saying that, apart from the children of the immediate royal family, kids just take up space meant for those other worthy people.
Which, okay, perfectly highlights the double standard happening in 2026. You have 12-year-old Prince George and 10-year-old Princess Charlotte welcomed with open arms.
Taking up prime front row seats.
Exactly. So the rules bend completely for the direct heirs to the throne to sit there, but they won't bend the dress code enough to let that same kid take off his wool tie in an 85-degree heat wave.
It's a wild contradiction.
Yeah.
And that's not even the wildest part.
Well,
Later in the deep dive, we're going to look at what George was actually doing with his body language up there, which tells us a lot about the future of the monarchy.
yeah, if you're loving these Hollywood and royal twists, make sure you subscribe to Starscope Report. We've got even crazier stories ahead.
So, because George was forced to dress like an adult for this grueling endurance test, we have to look at his behavior. Like, did he act like a normal 12-year-old?
Well, looking at the sources and the body language analysts, the contrast between George and his younger siblings is striking. Like, we've all seen the viral photos of 8-year-old Prince Louis making faces, covering his ears.
He's acting like a regular kid.
Yeah, normal kid stuff. Even Charlotte, who is 10, is usually pretty expressive. But George, who is days away from turning 12 here, he appeared incredibly stoic.
Extremely serious. He maintained this composed demeanor for the entire 4 hours.
And I noticed in the photos he wasn't just wearing the exact same suit as Prince William. He was standing exactly like him.
Yes.
His hands were crossed in front of his lower body in that very specific protective way William uses. It's like watching a carbon copy.
So what you're picking up on there is a psychological mechanism known as mirroring. In developmental psychology, kids often mirror a parent's posture in high-stress environments to feel safe.
That makes sense.
But for the monarchy, it goes beyond seeking comfort. It's an active form of symbolic projection. He stood tall, applauded at the precise right moments, and looked decidedly regal.
Okay, and let me play devil's advocate here for a second. Is it possible we are reading way too much into this?
How do you mean?
I mean, maybe this 11-and-a-half-year-old boy isn't making a highly calculated statement about the continuity of the British throne. If I were trapped in a wool suit in 29-degree heat on live TV, my hands would be tightly crossed too, just to keep from passing out.
That is totally fair.
Like maybe he's just trying not to squirm.
We definitely shouldn't strip away his humanity. He is still a kid. However, knowing how the palace operates as an institution, very little is left to chance.
True. They know the cameras are on.
Right. These images are broadcast globally. The fact that George was positioned so closely to his father, physically mirroring him, it's quiet signaling. It signifies that he is learning the family business.
And that business requires looking completely unbothered while profoundly uncomfortable.
Exactly. It's the performance of ease.
Which is fascinating because that exact same performance of ease, it's being played by the Hollywood A-listers sitting just a few rows behind him.
Oh, absolutely. Wimbledon is a totally unique ecosystem. Everyone is conforming to the exact same optical rulebook.
Right, and stay tuned because you won't believe the celebrity crossovers happening in those seats. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next.
So let's talk about those courtside optics. The royals aren't just sitting in isolation. They're actively working the room.
Yeah, right before they sat down, Kate handed a birthday card to British wildcard player Arthur Ferry,
Who was turning 24 that day.
right, and he shook hands with the kids and actually invited them to hit some balls with him.
And then there's the interaction they had with the champion, Jannik Sinner. Sinner met the family in a private room while literally clutching the golden trophy.
And Sinner was amazed by them. He actually remarked on how incredible it is that they endure 4 hours in the blistering sun. And George casually chimed in that he and his sister play tennis on the weekends.
It humanizes them, right?
Yes.
But it also reinforces their VIP status. The champion comes to them. But if we shift focus to the other VIPs, Wimbledon functions as a stealth fashion runway.
It really does. I've been thinking about it, and Wimbledon has basically become the Met Gala of daytime sports.
Oh,
Hollywood royalty and British royalty seamlessly blending together. Everyone is wearing crisp tailoring, linens, pastels.
right. But when everyone is wearing the same basic uniform, how do you signal your status?
Accessories.
Exactly. Eyewear. It
Yeah.
is all about the sunglasses. The primary strategy here is quiet luxury or stealth wealth.
Right, so wearing things that cost a fortune but have no visible logos.
Precisely. You're communicating your status only to those who are wealthy or connected enough to recognize the craftsmanship.
Like an inside joke for billionaires.
Exactly. So look at Kate. She deliberately re-wore her signature tortoiseshell Ralph by Ralph Lauren sunglasses from last year.
Which signals continuity, right?
Right.
Not just flaunting something new.
Right. And beside her, Princess Charlotte is wearing Ray-Ban Kids round sunglasses, age appropriate. Prince William have LGR Suez frames, an Italian brand, handmade, no massive logos.
But then you pan the camera across the crowd, it genuinely reads like the front row of the Oscars.
Who else was there?
Oh my gosh. You have Nicole Kidman wearing these gold Bevelgari butterfly frames. They have these intricate jewelry-inspired motifs.
This screams Hollywood glamour without being tacky.
Exactly. Andrew Garfield leaning into classic British prep with polo Ralph Lauren frames. Tom Hiddleston in yellow tortoiseshell Ralph Lauren's.
And then there's Roger Federer.
The 8-time champion.
Right. He was sitting there debuting brand new Oliver Peoples photochromic lenses from his own exclusive collaboration.
Wait, photochromic, that's the kind that changes color in the sun?
Yes. The molecules react to UV light. So by debuting this custom tech at Wimbledon, Federer isn't just protecting his eyes. He's using the global broadcast as a stealth marketing platform.
That is such a brilliant flex.
Oh, it's genius.
And the list goes on. Dustin Hoffman, Ben Stiller, Jennifer Lopez. And the crazy thing is, these are superstars who normally wear outrageous avant-garde outfits on red carpets to demand attention.
But the second they step into the All England Club,
They dress like they're attending a polite garden party. They willingly submit to the chairman's aesthetic rulebook, just like 12-year-old Prince George does.
it creates this fascinating homogenization of power. When you pull back, what looks like a simple Sunday afternoon of sports is actually a deeply complex social web.
Yeah, it's a web of rigid historical protocols dating back decades. It's the psychological conditioning of a future king learning to mask his discomfort. And it's carefully curated, quiet, luxury fashion.
It is the ultimate theater of high society. The tension between the visceral, sweaty struggle of the athletes on the court and the perfectly pressed, stoic endurance of the VIPs in the box.
Which really leaves you with a lingering question to ponder. If a 12-year-old boy simply wearing a dark suit and a celebrity's specific choice of sunglasses can generate this much global analysis, how much of what we witness at these mega events is actually a genuine celebration of human athletic achievement, and how much of it is just a highly choreographed performance of power and status?
It challenges you to look past the scoreboard,
Yeah.
pay attention to the silent games being played in the stands.
Absolutely. Something to think about the next time you see someone sitting in an 85-degree stadium wearing a wool tie.
Good luck to them.
Right. You've been listening to Starscope Report, where we uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in to this deep dive, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.